First story. Wife took advantage of me and left. My wife used me to immigrate to new country, and after she got her residency, she left me. She wants to work, earn money and support her family. She doesn't want to come back as that's all she wanted from me. I spent all money required for this process. Her family is with her on that decision. I am thinking of filing a fraud case against her, but what would a Stoic do in this case? Thank you for your point of view on this. I feel that it's little to do with revenge and more to do with justice. There are lots of people who are affected by this scam. If I don't do anything, then it would encourage them to do more scam like this. Just want to add Financial Angel into this, as I sponsored her into this new country. For 3 years I will be responsible for financially supporting her. Update. Does she deserve another chance? Our relationship is 2.5 years old. Last year we got married. Everything was perfect. We never fought. When things about to get heated, we apologized to each other. Our relationship was long distance. After marriage, we had great time. Sex was good. We enjoyed each other company so much. I sponsored her to immigrate, and when she arrived, everything seems off. She is not talkative like before, and sex is okay as we were doing too after a year. After 5 days, we had an argument based on house chores, and she left with 3 guys that she told me are her brothers. She never mentioned about them before. I called her parents and they said she needs some time of her own. After a week when I tried to talk to her, she didn't want to talk to me. She is okay on texts. In that text she is blaming me how bad I was since the start of our relationship, like I offended her many times, and I am not good in bed after she came to me. I don't know where she lives. She bought a new number but didn't give me that. Her parents are saying that give her a month to feel good. After a month I talked to her, and she is still talking about everything before marriage, that how I offended her and using my jokes as a threat, like I will spank her if she behave bad. Also she told everyone on her family side about our sexual activity, like I can't do it properly, and I have some problem. She talked to my parents and that I can't pleasure her. Before coming to me, she was very shy and didn't talk about this openly even with me. She started lying that I threatened to hurt her. After 2 months of chasing, she is with her relatives far from me. She has finally made her decision to not coming back. Everywhere I am talking, they are saying leave her, but I am not able to move on. I keep on thinking about how she is. What would be she doing? She left me when I needed the most. She broke my trust, but still I love her. Should I try to reach out again and tell her to try start fresh and forget about past? Update. Should I try to help my wife even we are going for divorce? I am taking therapy and find out that I have anxious preoccupied attachment style, and she has dismissive avoidant. I looked into this in detail and thought about this and feel bad for my STBXW. Currently we are in the process of divorce legally, but I never wanted this and I still love her. I want to help her as she might had a traumatic past which explains her attachment. I am worried how she will take care of herself, as she will behave the same in her next relationship. Should I reach out and try to explain the attachment style that she has and offer help? Everyone I talk to wants me to move on, but I am not able to hate her and wants good for her. She is my first girlfriend, best friend and wife. Update. How to self-love, live life without them. My STBX and her boyfriend made a plan to use me to immigrate to new country. He was already here but couldn't sponsor her. She love-bombed me and it felt so good that I would give my life for her. Our relationship was 2 years long, no fights and very understanding. But when she arrived after marriage to new country, she left me and started living with him. I put so many things on hold as I wanted to experience all of them with her. I made so many plans on what I would do to her to make her the happiest she's ever been. But now it makes me cry every time when I think about that she is getting touched by someone. She is happy without me, she is living how she wanted. Here I am crying for her and it doesn't matter anymore. I am in therapy, but it's so difficult to stay sane as a man. I have been taught to provide to make other person happy. Now as she is not with me, I always thinks, what am I doing? Why am doing all this? We made vows to never leave each other. Everything I do, I want her to share that moment with me. So, my question is, what is self-love? As everything I do makes me think of her, as I want her to be part of this. Update. Does self-need is more important? THSN Culture and Dignity. 29M. I 28M PR in Canada and got married last year. It was an arranged marriage. We both lived in the same neighborhood, and both families were normal friends for 40 years. The girl 24F was introduced as traditional and religious. I was happy and said yes as they approached for the marriage. We both took 1 year to get to know, and we fell in love. After marriage, things were perfect. I only lived with her 15 days and went back to Canada. I sponsored her for PR. After 1 year, the sponsorship got a green signal, and she arrived in Canada. But after 5 days, she fought and left. This was our first fight. She ghosted me then and went no contact. Her family also went no contact. They have sold their house and moved somewhere now. You can read my post history for more details. I found she was cheating while in India. The same thing happened to my real brother. He got married 2 years ago. Her wife was from policeman family. They also introduced as religious and traditional. After his wife came to Canada, she showed her true colors when we found out she was having an affair with her cousin. Her and her cousin family knew they loved each other but refused the marriage. That cousin is also in Canada. She tells her cousin everything about my brother, like day-to-day stuff, and he guides her. That cousin is also living with another girl and tells her he is having sex and all that. Currently, he is also in a divorce process, but as they are from police, they are using their power to get hairy money from us. My question is, how can people act like that? Like, we got married religiously, and everyone agreed. Marriage needs commitment. If they were not sure, then why didn't they refuse the marriage? Now, they are never really loyal to us. But they were not even loyal to their parents, their teachings, and culture. What kind of person are they? Are most of the people like this in today's generation? My family is looking for another girls, but we are refusing to marry as we just lost the ability to trust. I know it's a one-sided story, but I agree that no one is perfect, but cheating can't be argued with. Update. Finally, goodbye and be happy. I remember the day when we first met. I felt like you would be someone that I will love forever, that I will have support forever. The nights we spent talking over calls and waiting to meet each other. I felt genuinely happy when you showed anger, affection, care when I skipped meals. Our marriage was perfect, and after that the way we hold each other hands felt like we were becoming one. I never knew your family was facing so many issues and you never told me. If I would have known, then I could have reassured you every time you felt uneasy sharing something. I wish you never avoided your feelings and be honest with me. I always wanted best for you. I wanted our child to share your features. You were my first love, and I would have done anything for you, even if it means turning the world upside down. I would never leave you. But you left me when I needed you the most. I hope you are happy with him now. The things I wanted you to do for me, now you are doing for him. I waited for my one. I thought you would be the one, but unfortunately we were not meant to be. I remember the day I find out there is someone else in your life. I could not bear it and wanted to end everything, but that won't be fair to my family, who raised me to be someone who I am today. I mean no harm to you, and you probably won't care about me anymore, and that's okay. Love I gave you does not make me sad. It makes me happy that I can love and have empathy to feel emotions. I am positive that I will find someone who will love me like we are one. Update. Why people choose divorce over facing their marriage. I have read on subreddits like where spouses have problems with their, so most of them think that they want to divorce. You will start over and put more energy in new relationship, instead of fixing the current one which you thought at first was the best. Now you are looking for the next best thing. I understand if the marriage involved creating violence or constant disrespect, but some small arguments are also leading to divorces now, like not attracting or it's boring or he changed. Everyone is toxic in one way or other, as no one is perfect. Update. Be very careful if you are an NRI. Learn from my mistake. I got married to my father's friend's daughter. We lived in the same neighborhood, and our houses apart, like 5 minutes walking distance. We met and we liked each other. After 1 year, we got married, and then I sponsored her for PR in Canada. When she arrived in Canada, she left me after 3 days. Bia for coming to Canada. Our relationship was perfect, like no fights. She always agreed with my ideology and never challenged it. It felt like we were made for each other. After leaving, she and her family blocked us. Then they spread rumors in India that we tortured her for dowry. They have sold their house as well in India. It's been 8 months since she was gone, and now I find out there was someone all along. She is living with him and enjoying her life, and here I am crying every day of what has happened to me. My family did so much for me. I am 28 and well settled in Canada, but mentally, it's painful, and the same for my parents as well. I see my parents, and they are old and feel helpless. It's just so damn painful that these kind of people play with your feelings to get what they want and then leave you like you were nothing. Whoever read this post, be very careful, as divorce is a very hard process in terms to mentally, as you will see the true form of your most loved person. I took therapy and it helped, but I am an introverted person who let only a few people close to me, and the one who betrayed me was world to me. So basically, my whole world has collapsed. Update. Expose my wife for cheating? I married this girl in 2022. Then I sponsored her to Canada. She got the approval in 2023. When she came, she left me after 4 days. Then blocked me everywhere. We put pressure on her family back in home country, and only then she talks. The reason for leaving was I was a good husband when we were in long-distance relationship. It's been 5 months now. Recently I found that she had another Insta account, which was created in 2018, in which she is holding hand with someone, not me. It doesn't show their pictures, but she is wearing her sweater, and I have proofs that it's her. For the guy, he has tattoo. I have found the guy on social media and he is in back home country. When I did more investigation on that guy's Insta TikTok, I found my wife sending imply sexual emojis on his reels even before the immigration. She even reacted to his reels on next day when she left me, and still doing till this date. She doesn't know about her affair. Is this enough to prove that she has an affair with this guy? If so, how can I expose it? Update. Would you expose your cheating ex who is genuinely happy with the other person? I see a lot that you just move on and let karma do the work, or if you loved her, then don't speak ill about her. If he wants to leave, then let them and focus on yourself. A real man wouldn't expose, as opposite of love is indifference. This makes me question, that is cheating an act of self-love? Update. Is contacting AP bad idea? I loved my ex-wife so much that if something happened to her I would feel the same. I loved her with everything that I had. She wanted me to provide for her, I did. I helped her with immigration. Taught her everything about settling here, it was all lie. Now she is living with AP, whom she helped in immigrating to her. She gave him flowers, she cooks dishes for him and give him gifts and take him to dates. I just can't understand that she didn't do any for me, as it was my duty, but now she is doing for that guy. I feel so betrayed. I just want her to know that she hurt me badly. How can she live with that? Should contacting the AP and telling him everything about her a good idea? Update. How would you feel if your partner is still hurt by their ex's cheating? My ex-wife used me for immigration. When she arrived, she left me after 3 days and spread lies to everyone that I abused her and kicked her out. I tried 3 months to get her to talk with me to fix the marriage, but she always insulting me. Recently I found out she was having an affair, and she used me to just immigrate, and her family knew the other guy the whole time. While we were in LDR, she went on a trip with that guy and removed her wedding ring. I am thinking of exposing her and AP to both their family and friends, but I want to know, how would a woman whom I get into new relationships see this attempt of me to expose her? Will she trust me as I did an investigation to find out about her affair? The reason I am asking this because I want my new partner to feel happy and safe with me. Although exposing seems petty, but it has ruined my reputation, which will also hurt my new partner when she get to know. Thank you everyone for your opinions. She left me 11 months ago. I reported her to immigration after a few days. I have checked with multiple lawyers as well, but they said it's very difficult to prove. Update: how to not be an emotional fool and make the right decision. I have the habit to look good into everyone. If someone didn't help me, doesn't like me, or told me I am not capable, I internalize it and try to accept their complaint like if they didn't help then it means they're busy. Doesn't like me means I am not doing something right. I am not capable means yes, I don't know how to do that properly, even though I have more knowledge on that. My ex-spouse cheated on me, and instead of looking it clearly I keep thinking it was my fault that I didn't provide her something which made her cheat. Recently I informed the AP ex-GF that AP and my ex were cheating on each other, and she told me to fuck off. Since then I have been feeling down that I intended to help her heal by telling that she was being cheated on, but she became mean to me. Now I think I acted on my emotions. It would have been good if I didn't contact her, but at that time I got emotional that she is feeling what I am feeling. Update: how to fight the urge to find out the complete truth. My spouse cheated on me in the first year of marriage. Before marriage we were dating for 1.5 years. She left me without even making the marriage. AMD blamed everything on me like I never gave her time, attention and pleasure, which is not true. Now she is with AP, who literally a hooligan. Doesn't work, use parents' money to do clubbing, drink, also dating another girl while she knows. But still she wants him. She keeps on posting about him, that how badly he treats her, lie to her, but she still wants him. I don't know what I am lacking. I was a provider for her. I have a good job, house and live a modest life. I tried so much to make this work, but she kept blaming one after another. I wanted a family, but now here I am thinking what happened that started this affair. Sometimes I think of reaching out to AP and asking him about the truth and tell him to respect her sarcastically because she broke her marriage for him and will be very loyal to him. I know it won't change anything, but this feeling keeps pop up every day. Second story. Am I overacting? My 24 am, now ex-GF, 23F, broke things off because she couldn't see a future. Now I'm suspicious. My GF and I have had a very rocky ride of a relationship. It started off with her being unfaithful during the first 6 months. We've been together for almost 4 years. But it feels like we had finally figured things out. In the last year, after a breakup of 3 months, we got together and thrived. Communication was perfect, trust was at an all-time high. We were living healthily and happily, making awesome memories. She had mentioned when we previously broke up that she didn't see a future with me. There is a lot of behind the scenes that probably goes into this, but it's nothing I can change. I have been very loyal and loving throughout our time together, but things started getting really great. About a month ago, she mentioned again that she'd like to soon have a conversation regarding what our future looks like, because she still couldn't see one, but she wanted to. Since then I have tried to bring up the conversation several times, and they were shut down because she wasn't in the place to have them. Then, earlier this week, out of nowhere, she texted me saying that she was feeling really anxious about what we're doing, and that we deserve to be with people we intend to remain with. I kept my cool and talked it through with her. She seemed genuine, wanting to take the time to heal from the rocky base we built early in our relationship. She said she wanted to rediscover herself and learn how to love the person she was. I have been fully supportive, but incredibly sad. I believe that while we may not be able to envision a future together, doesn't mean we can't make one. Like we've been making one every day for the last year. I offered up couples counseling, which she said she'd consider to try and work through whatever she's feeling. Then to yesterday, she said no to counseling and that we just need to split ways, but stay in contact if we ever need a date to anything. She wants to stay close, which I appreciate because our relationship truly has been great. I can't say enough about how much we have thrived recently. I packed up her things and we said our goodbyes in person, but she and I have still texted here and there. Now my issue is, the day after she told me she was feeling anxieties about us, our Snapchat status of being best friends changed for the first time. This hit a nerve with me, because this happened the last time we broke up. I FaceTimed her and asked her about it. I know, insecure of me, and she said I was going to tell you tonight. I am talking to someone new, but it's an old friend and he just wants to catch up while he's in town. He lives in Japan full-time and is only here for a month. There are no feelings. I tried my best to be okay with this, because if it were me, I'd want people to hang out with while I was in town. But the whole thing seemed suspicious. She told me she'd stopped talking to him. I didn't ask her to, and we kind of moved on. She came over the next day to see me and he popped up on her screen. I saw his name. I confronted her and she got upset. I ended up looking him up on Facebook, Insecure Part 2, and his status says he lives in the same city as her. Convenient. Now fast forward to today. Her Snapchat score is just continuously shooting up. Keep in mind we only ever really use Snapchat for each other. I haven't talked to her today, but I decided to try and make the healthy move and tell her I needed to remove her, that I felt betrayed, and I didn't know if I was allowed to. She offered up zero reassurance and left me feeling like she was once again unfaithful to me. I am having an incredibly hard time coping with this, because she seemed serious about hoping we could reconnect in the future. But now I feel heartbroken, sick and angry. Should I trust that she was genuine in her breakup, or should I block her everywhere and tell her she sabotaged any future she could have had with me? I'm so lost and hurting worse than ever. Girlfriend broke things off because she couldn't see a future, but now I'm under the impression she was unfaithful. AIO, if I block her on everything?